Are the late works of Beethoven postmodern or postpostmodern? And what the heck is this even supposed to mean? Let's find out. Before we get started, if you enjoy this content, please like, share, subscribe and hit the bell button and leave a comment. And if you haven't yet, check out my other video on Beethoven, the link is somewhere up there. Around 1819, Austrian composer and music publisher Anton Diabelli had an ingenious idea. As a PR stunt, he would ask every famous composer living in Austria at that time to write a variation on a theme by him. This collection of pieces would be published under the name Vaterländischer Künstlerverein and was thought as cheap advertisement for Diabelli's music publishing house. More than 50 composers agreed to participate, among them forgotten ones such as Anselm Hüttenbrenner or the son of Mozart, and still to this day famous ones such as Franz Liszt, Franz Schubert or of course Beethoven. The theme that Diabelli wrote was a waltz. One can see that Diabelli was a great businessman. Why do you think so? Well, waltzes were insanely popular at that time. People went crazy about waltzes. There are even reports of people dying of exhaustion after dancing to waltzes all night long. Think of it as, well, I don't know, dubstep of the 1800s. So, what has Beethoven and postmodernism to do with this all, you ask? We will get there. But first, let us look at a few variations of different composers. This is necessary so you can see how different the style of Beethoven is to that of his colleagues. For example, listen to this variation by Johann Nepomuk Hummel, one of the most famous pianists of his time. It's a very elegant and slightly cheeky piece, very typical for the music of parlors and salons. Not unsimilar to that, but slightly more expressive is a variation of Franz Schubert. A curiosity is a variation of Franz Liszt. Liszt was only 11 years old when he composed it. So more than 50 composers wrote one variation each, except Beethoven. He wrote 33. And he was actually quite vocal about disliking the theme. He thought that Diabelli's waltz was kind of stupid. So, is this kind of a postmodern attitude? Writing 33 variations on a theme you actually don't like? I'll get into much more detail about postmodernism and post-postmodernism in the following episodes. But for now, let's just say irony is a very important part of postmodernism, and writing 33 variations on a theme you don't like is kind of ironic. What is irony, you ask? Well, irony is saying something but meaning something else. Something is ironic when there is an incongruity between the surface layer of what is being said and the underlying layers of actual meaning. For example, I really like the music of Gustav Mahler. This would be a sincere statement. But I really love the works of Johannes Brahms. Well, this is kind of an ironic statement. Let us look at the first variation of Beethoven, and you will see how Beethoven is being ironic. And you're probably gonna hear immediately how different his style is compared to that of his colleagues. This variation is titled Alla Marcia Maestosa, Majestic March. I would dare to say that Beethoven intentionally wrote a bad march, which is kind of ironic. The piece is titled Majestic March, but it sounds like shit. Why do I think so? Well, listen to the melody. There is none. Is the harmonic progression interesting at least? Not really. And rhythmically? It's always the same rhythm. That's kind of boring. It is almost as if Beethoven is making fun of Diabelli's waltz. Compare this to a different march-like piece by Beethoven. The beginning is kind of similar. A very uninteresting melody, uninteresting harmonic progressions, monotone rhythms. The difference? This is just the beginning of a larger piece, the humble beginnings of an epic story, if you will. Different to the Alla Marcia Maestosa from the Diabelli-Variations, I think this piece of music is sincere, not ironic. So doing something ironically means you're being postmodern? No, of course not. But in the case of the Diabelli-Variations by Beethoven, I think there are many other aspects which make this work seem postmodern. More on that in the next episode. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button and leave a comment. You can also follow me on my social media, the links are down below. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next episode.